right, welcome back to another wonderful gathering for our global channeling practice. So we have Wendy, Joan, and Rosangela and myself, Susan. So we will see what beings would like to come through, but we'll start first with some light language. So who would like to go first?
You know me, they're always calling me to start.
All right, you can go first and then I can follow.
Atau yan yara kia hui na ta e chikri on ma ba o ti akahiera na ara e ti tu yan yari kia uiri pa o yana akai shkria ma o ta yara yan yiru tu ro ti yara kai yara pa yan yara ti yara ku yara ta turi ka e yara ti the message is that your higher light teams are here with you today for this channeling event, and as we work with you and you're connecting whether to us or to other beings, that we just don't know what messages might come through. So what's going to be fun and enjoyable for you is as you connect to reach out and really feel the energy that's coming into your being for your highest, most divine connection for the best messages. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see what comes through me now. Yes, yeah, to kutoya is, yeah, to koya is, yeah, is, yeah, to kutoya, yes, yeah, is, kutoya is, yeah, is, kutoya, so to toya is, yeah, to kutoya is, yeah, to kutoya. We are the fairies, yeah, is, kutoya is, kia, reminding you to be in your greatest joys, yeah, yeah, to kutoya, yes, yeah, sukutui, siai, sukutui, siai, sukutu, find time to play more, siai, tukutui, sia, tukutui, to dance, tutui, sukutui, sia, kia, to be in nature, sukutui, sia, sukutui, enjoy the sunset, sukutui, and the sunrise, sia, tukutui, sikia, go hug the trees, siututui, sia, we are easier to connect with you there. Connect with the sun as well. To receive more information. And light code to raise your vibrations. Come have fun with us. You are greatly loved. By all the nature people. Much blessings.
Beautiful.
Yes.
They were sending me all kinds of like little fun things going on over here in my crown chakra. Were you feeling anything?
I was just feeling in joy and
What about the rest of you? How were you feeling? Did you feel it like they kind of giggly? Like, were you feeling kind of giggly, like that energy?
Feel so drunk right now. I feel like I'm like in what you call that. I feel like I'm out of this.
Buzzing. You're high and buzzing.
I feel like I'm high. You know? That's why I said I want to turn it off. My face is so little.
That's so funny.
red and
I always feel that energy, I call that connecting in with my multidimensional self. So, and it does, it feels like you're kind of like there's this kind of going around.
yeah, and my body was so
like your
really
whole body
hot
is like
right now. It's like burning right now. My back is so burning. So I said I want to take it off my clothes.
So Joan, do you want to try a little light language, or not that you have to? I mean, it's if you feel comfortable.
It's starting to jiggle. Let me see. Sikit natiti kaatikat natiti si matunata na sususinya si sinaka hahani titi oh la la tikati hatina. I don't know.
Yay! No, that
was great.
There's so much high energy. Thank you.
What is that?
Telepathically, what I was getting was that you were saying, I mean, probably the same thing you're thinking. I'm not really comfortable with my light language yet, but I'm going to try, and this is fun.
I don't know.
Because you have to remember that when you're getting that that information, it's being channeled to you, and so you're like connecting in with the higher guide team too, and so it's playtime for them too. Like they get to experience your physical while you're experiencing their etheric. So
yeah.
So yeah.
So
so
I'm probably gonna be high right now.
Yep, that's why you're.
Oh my god.
Just another form of channeling, basically, you know.
Yeah.
And just you get comfortable with it bit by bit. It may take 6 months, it may take a year, you know. It's
right.
It's just just little by little, you just allow it more and more.
Usually your first light language, when you start to speak it, or if you start hearing the sounds and you feel like maybe you're just making gobbledygook noises, like do 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 do, you know, I mean, that could be the start, because what that is that's usually when you first begin, that's your higher self. So that's you connecting to your higher self, and your higher self saying, okay, here we're coming through to play. And so that's that first connection. And I do feel like when I first started speaking light language, that I did a lot of doing. You know, I'd be like
fluttering my heart. That's why
I'd be sitting looking in the mirror, making like little monkey noises. Do 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 do. And then it started to just show up. So yeah, but it's an exciting process.
Actually, it happened to me because I have a fairy, one of my guides. Apparently I have 3 guides that are with me forever. And one of them is a fairy called Gloria. And she sings a song, and sometimes I keep singing her song. It's a very like dumb song, like nothing to it, but it's so clear to me, and I can connect. And it's funny because a while ago I was able to take a picture of a fairy, so clear. And,
fun!
And it is just amazing how they connect. And the song comes up when she wants to say something, you'll hear her singing.
I love that. There's so many times I wake up and I'm hearing a song when I wake up, and I'm like, I didn't even listen to that song. Like, why is that song playing in my head again and again and again? But they use it because those songs are in your memory. And so your teams are able to access your memory banks and like give you the song. And so like they can like pull words, and I get a lot of Beatles songs thrown at me for some reason. So who knows, maybe I'm connected to them, or they're trying to channel through me their songs. I don't know. but But I think that's beautiful that your fairy comes through and you can hear her song and then sing it. So yeah, if she wants to share that song or anything else, we're open to that.
That is a very, very simple thing. It's like a Tibidi-boo Tantan. It's like they sing in their own words and I can sense. But it's funny because yesterday I could hear a Queen song all day. And then at night was that song, The Sea of Love.
Yeah.
And that song was playing. I was connecting with the portal, and that's the only song I could hear. And then it keeps saying that, I love you, and it was so nice because then I went to get the lyrics, and that's how they communicated. Now I'm hearing more and more often, but also I have this. I don't know if you girls get that. It's like literally feel like you're baking, like you're frying bacon on your forehead, in your back head, right in your neck. It's like it's
Oh, the
drizzling.
heat, like the sizzles, like the little tingles.
Yeah, like it's really, really intense. That happens quite often. So that is what I think is the connection, right?
Yeah.
And the back.
Yeah, and if I don't go to sleep right there, like I feel really tired and I need to just go astral. For some reason, I feel that I'm being called and pulled to that. So
yeah.
Yeah, I had my first, I guess, fairy experience last summer where I was just sitting outside and I was looking at these bluebell flowers that are actually invasive and they've kind of spread all over my my yard. And I was like, well, you sure, and in my head I was like, well, you sure are pretty for, for being a weed or being, an invasive weed basically. And then I started speaking like fairy light language, and I got that the bluebell fairy's name was Joy, and she was trying to remind me to be in my joy basically. And then like within 24 hours I was just looking online and I found this oracle card deck. I think it's called the Sacred Earth Oracle cards, and there's a card in there called the Bluebell Fairy, and the message associated with it is gratitude. And so it was an amazing synchronistic moment that I found an oracle card that was called the Bluebell Fairy, and it was right after I got a message from her. So but since then, yeah, like with the light language, I've been speaking more of their light language and stuff since then, and it just gave me a different perspective, like going, I'm surrounded by woods, or around my house, and it just made me be more considerate of even plants that are considered weeds, that there are, nature people, elementals, or they like to be called nature people instead of elementals, I found out. So that they just want us to be more considerate and aware that, that's their home, and they work with these different plants, even if they're considered weeds to us, and things that are growing wild, or that I heard that you should, set aside at least one area of your yard or your garden to just be wild, like let it grow wild with wildflowers or whatever, wild plants, or, plant medicine, whatever, herbal plants, and yeah, just let it kind of be their area, I guess. I just recently came across that, but it's interesting you're talking about coming across music and stuff. Like I woke up this morning and I had the impulse to look up some like wake up music to kind of get me up and moving. And I came across this song by Shinedown called Get Up. And then I thought about Katrina and the Waves, walking on sunshine, and so I found the videos for that and I was dancing around. So should we start a little channeling?
Yes, definitely.
Definitely. Do you want me to go first? You want to go first, Wendy, or
yeah,
or Rosangela?
I don't know, Rosangela, do you want to start?
no, you're also gonna go first. My first day here, I'm shy.
All right.
Okay. But you know what? You're doing good. You're staying on camera and you're like open to like see what comes through. So that's all that's important. So let me have a moment. And my connection usually works better when I do light language first. So I'm going to do light language, and then I'm just going to breathe in the energy that starts to come through. And sometimes it'll just come through with whatever light language I get. So sorry, they're making me laugh. I actually can like hear telepathically them kind of going like the Horton hears a who. We are here, we are here, we are here. So they're making me laugh. All right, you guys are funny. Here comes the heat signature. Akawian yara kiwari chia shakruina mahira kahira kawira near tio kuira pahira which kriya mapoira pahianara tier kuyanara kia hish kriya mahiriti. Achturia mapa uinia ko atu urutu chi atuhuna haira toho pahai kirata anara u tiha kirata achkrua mahara or tira nahi tia kahiana nara. The toning of the frequency of the chakras goes from high to low as your higher frequencies within the galactic chakras are up and out in the ethers, and you're connecting into source, and also you've got cords that attach out to your family, and as well as the energy that surrounds you. I am Tenyana mental, can't even spit my name out as we're trying to connect from a higher dimension. Tenyana, Mellamine. I am Wendy's creator being. She and I are one. I am her and she is me. And so we are we. And so you hear a lot of this oneness being discussed as you are connecting one with another, and the interweaving of the grid and the aspects of other aspects of yourself. So in other words, sometimes you talk about oneness and you think of community, but when I talk about oneness, I want you to think of beneficial care for others. So when you see someone hungry, you don't want to be hungry. They should not be hungry either. Feed them. When you see someone cold, you don't want to be cold. Help someone else be warm. What do they need? A donation of a blanket, a donation of a coat. Perhaps you're on your way back to your car and you don't need your coat anymore. You have another one at home. Take off your coat and hand it to them. Get back in your car quickly. Go home and get the other coat you have hanging in your closet and use that. Nonetheless, you get the point. So that oneness of we, you're starting to open your hearts more and more, and telepathically, you're starting to be embodied within that information, within that acceptability of being a part of the matrix, being a part of the grid, same difference. But most in the matrix, similar to the movie, are not awake. And it is in the awakening that the harshness ensues. However, we would disagree with it being harshness. We would say more readily that what we are bringing you is your ability to not have to go through the matrix of controls, to separate yourself from that, and then have access to your divine source code. So as you are being released from the matrix and knowing that you are able to connect in more directly with your source capacity with your higher frequency of your own divine self, these limiting beliefs will begin to break free from your physical being, and from the physical being, you'll feel them being released. Others in your group have also expressed feeling this pain on the back, within the shoulders, the hands, the feet, the legs, tiredness. And we have come to address this many times in the past. It continues. It will continue, because most of you are not only working for yourselves, your own personal clearing, but also collective clearing. As a creator being, it was important for us to connect into the collective and what the collective is going through. Because then this makes it much easier for me and the work that I do when I work with other beings and their higher self doing healing work to remove, heal, clean, change, upgrade, raise vibrations and frequencies, rebuild cells. So by her having that empathetic awareness to it, this actually builds her capabilities because of that empathy, not just telepathy, but the empathy, the feeling, the heart feeling of connecting with others. And so as these higher frequencies and vibration come through, there will be more of the stepping forward and over beyond this hardship of proof of vex, proof of carrying a card, proof of, you know, us versus them, you know, you got something and I didn't get something, or you didn't get it and I got it. And so that separation, that divide is soon going to close. That chasm will be gone. It won't matter. But you still have to clear it and go through it. So there's that. Today is a beautiful portal. And as you sit later this evening, whether you're on your way to bed or sitting in a quiet moment for yourself to do meditation, take time to first put some thought into what you want to bring into this new earth energy. Not just for yourself, but for the collective. Not just for the collective, but for your world. Not just for your world, but for your galaxy. Not just for your galaxy, but for your universe. Not just for your universe, but for your multidimensional aspect. Your other universes, your other galaxies, the beyond, 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 beyond. We don't speak of this, but it is there. So bring in your love, bring in your goodness, bring in your kindness, bring in your desires. Because yes, you should be able to enjoy this life too. Enjoy it. And now we realize that this message is being given to you on 2/22/2022. So many funs with the twos. But these energies continue not just before the date, but also after the date. So there can be others that watch this going once it's posted, once it's shared, however you want to call it, that they'll be able to also tap back into this energy. And if they want to listen to this guidance, then this guidance will also direct them on their manifesting. And even if it's further into the future, go back to the date and think of the date, think of the day, think of the conversations, and then you can join and connect. It's so easy. It's all in the mind. Use the mind. Ask the ego to set aside and use the mind connected in with source of the one. Connect in with your higher being from the higher dimensions. This is where your guide team is. Trust those moments when you think, oh, I've always wanted to stop at that lake and like just take a look around. It's always caught my eye. Stop. Go to the lake. Walk around it. Look at it. Let it catch your eye some more. The energies are calling to you. The nature beings are calling to you. Answer them. Connect in. It's your divine right. Exercise your divine right. And be joyful. And the fairies bring you this joy. And I do hope you continue to connect with the fairies, the gnomes, the unicorns, the sprites, the pixies, all of these beings bringing you joy and connection. There's so many more. There's books. Find books on them. Or just play around in YouTube, as many people like to do. This is about the extent of the guidance that I have specifically. I know I'm a bit long-winded here today, but it needed to be said and shared. So you may hear, get in touch with yourself, tap into yourself, stay tuned. The tuning is the vibration, similar to a tuning fork. This is why you with your sound waves. This is why you speak with your sound waves. The frequency similarly comes through in light language, to be understood or not understood in the ear, in the mind, with the words. Listen with the heart. It's the sound that you listen for. It's the sound you connect with. It's the sound that gives you the message. Okay, we will step off our soapbox. I am open to accepting questions.
Does anyone have a question?
My question is about my neck. I don't know what's going on, and or maybe can I get a healing on my neck?
Yes. Let me send you healing rays to help move the energy. This is what this pain is. You're just simply holding it there and haven't released it to push it down through the physical being as of yet. So this movement that you feel in the body is mocked, multiplied, copied in your etheric field. So this energy is in your etheric field. So, and you're feeling it in your physical field in your neck. So what I want you to do now is go ahead and bring in your Gaia's energy of green healing plant medicine. We're going to go ahead and ask her to send that plant medicine energy up through your legs, up through your body. It's going to hit the top of your crown, go out like a fountain, out into the etheric. While it's in the etheric, we're going to go ahead and let this fountain rain down over the body. As it's raining down over the body and coming back to land back on the ground, there will be a drain on the ground below you, magical drain. Now, as it's out in your etheric field, I would like you to breathe in deeply into your lungs as much as you can. Feel your stomach expand as you're breathing in this energy, this beautiful plant energy. Do this now. Now, many of you have known the primal yell. This may be engaged afterwards if you like, when you can have some privacy and just really yell it out. But for now, you can just loudly exhale your breath after you've held it within your being for a few moments, helping to move the energy. So it should sound like, and so do this again, feeling it move into your cells from the etheric as it moves down and through your entire being. So breathing it in, hold it in your heart space, and then breathe it out. And to remember the fun, maybe you want to stick your tongue out like the Hawaiian warriors. And this joy and energy should start to fill the movement through your body. And how does that feel now?
Oh, so it's good. Thank you.
You are most welcome. And now I hear Wendy, how lovely of her, reminding me that you can always ask the goddess Pele to send that volcanic fire energy up the spine. Isn't she a doll? She's learned so much and come so far. I'm quite proud of her, patting her on the back. I hope you find the humor in the higher realms, poking fun at the 3D aspect of what you have agreed to come here and do. We find it joyous. We hope you do too.
Thank you.
You are most welcome.
Rosangela, do you have a question? Oh, you're on mute.
Yeah. Actually, I wouldn't mind having some healing as well because I'm just recovering from the virus. I was back home and I got sick for 2 weeks. So I think
yes. This one has
am
gone through it as well. And the effects tend to be lingering. So go ahead and we're going to use this same beautiful Mother Gaia energy. Feel it coming up through both your feet. That energy is lifting up through your core now. Breathe that in as it comes up. Out like a fountain through the top of your head into your etheric film, your aura. And then I want you to imagine scrubbing bubbles. The bubbles that scrub. Boop, 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 boop. Cleansing your field, cleansing your body inside and out. And so it is. Any low energy that you have been feeling is now released. Your normal, which you would consider normal, energy levels will be returned. It will be as if you have been plugged into the wall for a quick recharge, similar to when you recharge your telephones. Breathe this in now. And then just thanking the Fae and the universe because your fairies stepped through and wanted to assist with that healing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. Do you have time for one more question?
Yes.
Okay. think I will ask a healing related question. So I've been dealing with a skin condition called topical steroid withdrawal for about 1 year and 3 months now, and it's almost gone. I just have a little bit of like a rash breakout, mainly just on my forearms. I think my legs are pretty much clear of it, so it's just a little bit on my arms, but I am sending healing to it or setting intentions to have it cleared and being patient, of course, with it. But if there's any additional advice on how I can speed up the healing process, or if you can send some healing to me, that would be wonderful.
I will send healing to you and help speed up this process. But I also want to give you a mindset of what you're doing. So previously, you know that you were helping Gaia in raising her energy, and a lot of the skin condition was related to clearing of the collective. What we didn't really want to give you information on previously, kind of like stay tuned for the rest of the story, is that you were really helping the galactic realms as well because of your ties to the families, into the galactic families through the DNA. So you've been assisting them with kind of scrubbing their gunk as well. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to just bring in that beautiful Christed energy into your heart. And as you send that Christed energy throughout your body, intend for it to follow your cords to your galactic families. And now send that love and light to the galactic families. Breathe that in and release. Untying, untangling these cords, sending love and light and healing for these connections. Releasing the pain associated with past wars, past skirmishes, accepting your role from the divine, coming into this being, into this body. That as you begin to expand more and more this year, this knowledge and information will be more within your conscious capabilities. For now, breathe in this light. And here comes my healing light language to assist. Ush ka ana hoira ka turku huyen niera ka itiraku ashkara a poho atia hayana heya 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 heya. And then the multi-dimensional toning coming through now. And then, my dear, you're being guided to simply do a salt bath. Your standard that you have used in the past.
Yes, with Epsom salts,
Epsom salts.
but also I have Dead Sea salts
Dead
as
sea
well.
salt. Yes.
that I've used. So, and I've been meaning to do that. So thank you for the reminder to take the time for self-care as well. So
My most high pleasure.
yeah.
Beloved, beloved, beloved.
Here's a little light language for all of us here to support this healing. Yes, yeah, kutotoya, yes, yeah, kutoya, yes, yeah, tia, yes, yeah, tukotia, Hosia, kitia, yes, tikia, yes, kutotoya, yes, yeah, Hosia, kia, tutotoya, yes, kutoya, yes, kutoya, yes, yes, kia, I am the goddess Isho, sia, yes, kitia, Hosia, kitia, sukutoya, Kiazia kutototoya sia tokotia sia itia koya kiazukotoya. I send healing to all of you. Sukotoya sukotoya wazia sukotoya sikia to support your healing journey. So sukotoya sukotoya yaziokotia sukotu to transmute all that no longer serves you. Sikia Poisa aí, to aí, to aí, se to aí, se a to coia, poesia, dia, cucoia, aí, sua dia, poesia, aqui, a sucutoia, aí, se a tocotoia aí, poesia aí, sucutoia aí, a sucutoia, que azia aí, to cuca, aí, sucutoia to ground heaven on earth, se aí, tocotoia aí, Yazia tokoyei, ground yourselves more. Siai tokotoyei, Yaziai tokoyei, Sia tokoyei, Siai, Uziai tokotoyei, Sia titiai tokotoyei, Yaziai, Sikiai, clear your chakras, Sikutoye daily, Siatia, Uziakitiai, Siakia. You may call upon me as well. Sukutoyei, to assist with this. Gaia wishes to connect with you. For you are one with her. Connect with your mother. Rest within her heart. Let yourself receive her love. Release all your dense energies to her. For transmutation. Embrace your divine feminine. Nurture yourselves. Embrace your power. Connect with your brothers and sisters in oneness and peace. Hosea tia si tukoya si tukoya sukoya sia. Much love and blessings.
Much love and blessings to you. The divine goddess in me celebrates the goddess and God and bows in honor to the goddess and God in each of you. We are complete.
I am complete as well.
Thank you.
Hey. Wow. When she comes in, like my whole, it's like that, you know how we talk about that girding? So a lot of times when I'm like, I know my higher self is like doing work or whatever in astral, like I will just feel that connection, like right under my belly button, totally in my, like right in my solar plexus sacral area, like that feminine strength. And I will feel it there. And so I'll feel just a little bit like a tightness, like if you've done one too many sit-ups, right? You like feel like that muscle is tight. But when she comes in, it's like my whole stomach is like I'm like tightening it, like you're making a fist. The front of my stomach and my lower back and my middle of my back all feel like I'm doing this the whole time. I don't think I look like I'm doing that. I don't think I'm grimacing, but that's how I feel when I'm like connecting in with her and channeling her. So it's really cool.
Yeah, when I mean, yeah, with Ishil, who's relatively new, as I am her, that's what I've been told. So it's, yeah, it's like when her energy engulfs me, and Pele, like when I've channeled Pele, is like the same thing, that goddess energy. It's like I totally let go, and their energy just comes through and totally engulfs me. And it's like it's almost like I have no control over it, because it's like, it is like being a conduit for that divine source energy. It's just like so powerful, and it just flows through me, and I just like totally let go, and it's just amazingly beautiful.
So good.
And yeah, it's just so powerful. Yeah, it's just it's
I just kind of want to be like,
yeah, it's just like a divine shower of loving energy, or yeah, it's hard to describe, but it's fantastic. So.
I kept hearing Athena say, tell them about the yell. So I mean, we've talked about it before, and it's been in the other videos, but I always called it the war cry. And then it's almost like she corrected me and called it the primal yell. And so it really is kind of like when you're getting those energies stuck and it's like hurts your body, like, oh, my shoulder's hurting, like Joan, for you, for like, oh, my shoulders are really hurting, like I can't move that energy. Or for me, I get it in my back a lot. And so whenever you're feeling that, if you can go somewhere, go into the woods and, kind of warn the nature beings that you're going to make like this crazy, really super loud yell. And then it's not a yell in frustration or anger. It's just like a release. It's moving energy is what it's doing. And you literally just kind of, top of your lungs, just like really let it go.
I can feel the energy, like really, it's like going up. It's like, it's like a balloon that's go up and down, like go up.
Yeah.
Like you can feel it, like wave. It's like a waving into your back. Like,
yeah.
Oh, it's like a snake. Something like that. Well, yeah, it's like a snake. It's like waving. So that's why I was doing this, and I have to go like moving.
Yeah, you had to like move the energy. So sometimes they'll have me do like kind of like those back stretches, or stretch to the side, stretch to the other side, and the undulating. That's what you're kind of thinking of, the undulating of the spine.
Yeah.
At night before I go to sleep, when I'm clearing my chakras before I go to sleep, I will sometimes breathe in, almost like we were talking about before with the Shakti energy, bringing it in. But I will, as I'm breathing up, bring in Gaia, Mother Gaia's energy, and then I will put that into the base of my spine, and then I'll press your back, like where you're laying down, just like like vertebrae at a time, which we do this in yoga a lot, right? Where it's one vertebrae at a time, you know. And even the inversions, like, you know, if you're going to do like a headstand, or like, you know, the inversion where your feet are up in the air and then you kind of like your head is here, and then you kind of like, after your feet are up, then you like lean over on your shoulders a little bit and then try to touch your feet behind you, you know, in that yoga position. That's good for helping to move that energy in your spine, which of course your spine is your connection to, you know, that's where like all your energy is your being. It's through your spine. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's really
interesting.
That's been doing, I mean, the whole day I was doing since this morning, like, and then I
Wow.
joined to the healing a while ago. And then, oh my gosh, I think it's the energy of the
Starting to
group,
move.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Oh, the
I
energy from the
mean,
group was incredible. Like, yeah, even I
yeah.
still am feeling like I need to go and do like my primal yell. But it said like you can do it before you go somewhere, and then do it when you get back.
I am Joy. This one's fairy, but I also represent the fairy collective for this communication.
Oh, lovely. Hello.
Hello. I thought I would come through to share my joy with you and to answer any questions that you may have for me.
I do have a question for you. I've recently put a little package out for the fairies. So when I put a package out for the fairies, do the other fae have access to them too, like the gnomes? Or do I have to do them separate?
It is all through your intention. If you wish to share your gifts with various nature people, you can set the intention for it to be available to all of us or specific ones, depending on what you wish to share. We do work in different areas of nature, depending on our species. Some are closer to air or connected to more the earth plane, such as the gnomes. The fairies are more ethereal. We are more connected to specific plant life, whether it be flowers or other medicinal plants, for example. There are also other beings such as the tree elves or water sprites or things of that nature that we are in our own assigned realms, if you will. So it depends on where you place your gifts or share your gifts as well. But you can also ask us telepathically what types of gifts would be most beneficial or desired by our species or those in a particular area.
Thank you. Now I noticed that when I've been going on walks that there are certain trees that I feel encouraged to hug. Is this the tree elves that are connecting with me? Or is it the element of the physical tree that are calling me to do this?
It could be either. You can tune in when you place your hands on the bark of the tree and connect with its energy. you can tune in, and when you start to receive messages, and ask whether it is the tree being communicating with you, or if it is the tree elf that you are connecting with that assists with the health and vitality of the tree and what it needs in its physical life on the earth plane.
Thank you.
I have a question as well. I have a guide. It's called Gloria, and it's a fairy. Is she a part of your collective?
Yes, she is part of the fairy collective. We are all part of the fairy collective. And there are different spoke people, nature people that may speak or represent the collective when they come through with messages, but you can connect, of course, individually with her, but you can also ask if she can also share messages through her from the collective, for we are all interconnected at a higher level, just as you are integrated with the human consciousness, the human collective.
And is she the fairy that I saw on the tree and that I took pictures a while ago?
One moment. Gloria is saying yes, that she was the fairy that you photographed, that she wanted to make her presence known to you. So that you can connect more deeply or more individually with her energies, that she is a nature guide for you to help you connect more with the nature realm when you are out in nature, to also introduce you to other members of other clans within, beyond just the fairies, that she can also help open an energetic doorway or help you connect through her as an emissary of sorts, to help open up more connections for you as a nature spirit guide, if you will.
Thank
Do
you.
I have a fairy spirit guide that I work with? Or are they just around me because I'm an elven king?
One moment. Your lifetime as an Elven King is, it helps make the connection easier for you as you connect in with this aspect of yourself, this lifetime where you were close to nature. But you do have the energy of the fairies around you, that they are attracted to this energy that you have and your interest in connecting with them as well. But you have a very joyous, lighthearted energy that is childlike and playful, and that they enjoy, that they wish to connect with you in this way, and they wish to encourage that you share these energies with others in your human realm, because they wish for many to connect into your childlike joy with your playful energies. They wish to have you encourage this in others. I'm seeing that you're connected to a fairy named Clara.
Ah.
And that she is connected to roses, red roses in particular. So do you have
I have a red rose tattoo.
All right. Do you have a red rose bush in your yard or nearby?
I used to. You know what I keep nearby is this little thing that has, and I'm showing it, but it's got roses on it. So I'm very attracted to cloth and material that have roses as a part. So yeah, it's very interesting. Okay, that helps me. I used to have some red roses outside my home, but those bushes struggled. You know, in our northern climate, unfortunately, there's a lot of extra care that I was not really giving them. But I do keep trying to plant like more sturdy rose bushes, but they're more of a pink rose, like a wild rose. But
okay.
Yeah. If that would make her happy, I'll do my best.
Yes, it would be good to give the roses some extra food in the spring to help their early growth. But as far as the red rose connection, I am kind of feeling that it is more of an energetic connection, perhaps with your past rose bush or past connection with roses.
Beautiful. Thank you for letting me know. Now I've put it out into the universe that I want to visually see them with my eyes open, similar to how Susan was able to experience that. And I was told that they tend to be more shy of me because of my elven position. And they don't necessarily want to do that. They don't necessarily like to do that. But at the same time, there's been two instances. One, I think, was a water sprite where I saw the energy of a blue light in my bathroom, like on the floor, like just a little teeny tiny, maybe not even like this blue light. So didn't see the actual beam, but just the light of it. Maybe I would say like 8 to 10 inches, like in an orb kind of shape. And I was getting ready to go to sleep. And for whatever reason, I turned back and I like looked in the bathroom and then I saw it and then it blinked away. And I thought, ooh, I think I just saw a fairy. And then the second incident was more recent. this was maybe a week ago. We were having big storms and we had a power outage. And during that power outage, I was bringing a candle upstairs to do my, end of night routine, take my contacts out, and brush my teeth and go to bed. And I thought, well, I guess I'll have to do this by candlelight. I was hoping the lights would come back on, but they did nonetheless. As I walked past the main bathroom, so not the master bedroom bathroom, but the main bathroom, I saw this glowing yellow light in there. And I was like, oh, my mom's got a candle in the bathroom. And I turned and I looked and I was like, no, there's no candle in there. So then I was like, oh, maybe it's like a Tinkerbell. Like I got to see somebody's golden, light energy that they were showing me that, okay, yes, like we're not really showing you our little bodies, but we're going to let you know that we're here by evidence of light.
Well, I do know that when nature beings do appear, they can appear as blue or green lights that are shorter in stature.
Do they appear as orbs as well?
Yes, they can appear as orbs as well.
Because I see quite a few of them around all the time. Green and blue.
Yes. Yes, this one has seen them as well.
What about the gnomes? Because I've seen like jumping in a tree in front of them, actually on the back of my building, from one tree to the other, and they are like 30 centimeters high, more or less, but they jump quite high.
They, on average, can be about a 1.5 feet tall, sometimes larger, sometimes smaller.
And I think they're big on hiding things because my keys quite often disappear.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes they like to play games, but if you share a gift with them and ask them to return your missing items, they will. If you give them copper pennies or silver dimes, or it can be, you can share food as well that they can consume energetically, etherically, and but you can telepathically, of course, ask if there's any specific items that they would like in trade for returning your items.
And
well.
actually, yeah, and actually sometimes they put it all in the same corner, like they put all together, and when I go see, they're all together.
Yes.
Like, they're so funny, and I sometimes ask them, please just return it. We can play later, or I'm not rushing it for my kids, but they're so awesome. They like to play quite a bit. Yeah.
Yes, you all have a gnome clan that lives within your homes, and that they also follow you from lifetime to lifetime, and that they are even with you when you are in the womb for a new lifetime. They help to balance the vitamin mineral balance within the new human body prior to it being born, ensuring that it is in healthy balance. But you can also assist, they can also assist with your current health, with, yes, mechanical assistance, with any electronical devices, computers, and so forth, to help them to work properly. But they do enjoy a good trade. So if you can provide them with a small token of your appreciation in trade for their assistance, they very much appreciate that.
So as we're getting here to the end, I don't want to keep her for much longer. There has been activity where my mother, in my mother's room, she's saying, you know, everything is stacked up nicely in my room, and then it gets knocked down. She said, your fairies are messing around with me and they're knocking my things down. Is it the fairies or is it the gnomes?
I'm getting sometimes it's the pixies and sometimes the leprechauns.
Oh.
Because they're attracted to her mischievous energy that she carries, and that they wish to play with her. I wouldn't say mess with her, but give
Now, do they get
join
coins?
in playful energies with her.
Do they get coins too, to connect better with them, with the pixies and the leprechauns?
Yes, they appreciate, yes, coins, more so the copper pennies, but also shiny objects like balls of tinfoil or shiny buttons, or little trinkets that are gold colored as well. It doesn't necessarily need to be real gold, but something that is reflective. It can be.
So,
go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, so today when I was out on my walk, I found this little heart with an A in it and little crystals around it. Did they place that out there for me to find? I mean, obviously somebody dropped it, but was it placed in my view so that I would find it?
Yes. I'm getting that the fairies wanted you to pick it up and bring it back with you so that they could have it. so that you would share it with them, or place it within your home so that they could enjoy it with you as well.
I thought there's an A on here. Does this represent somebody's name in the fairy realm that is also, because I know I have multiple here in my house.
Yes. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Getting that there's a fairy named Amy. Getting that she is more connected to your dog Cosmo. I mean, she is connected to you as well, but I'm getting that she assists in your relationship with one another. I'm getting that she is technically your fairy as
Yes.
a spirit guide, but it's also part of her responsibility to help you connect with Cosmo, or to build your energetic connection, your telepathic communication with him.
Okay, speaking of him, you can hear him in the background. Somebody came home. He does like to play with the pixies though, or the pixies like to play with him. So so that's a lot of fun. Because when he goes running in a circle, it makes all of us laugh. So, you know, so that's a lot of fun. All right. Are there any other messages that you want to leave with us at this time?
Yes. I'm also getting, regarding the relationship with Amy, that she works so that Cosmo helps to get you out into nature, and that also encourages your playfulness with him. When you are outside, it helps you be more in the present moment, away from doing work. It helps you to just connect into being in the now, being in the joy of being out in the wind or the rain or whatever weather there or the sunshine, but to play with him and to connect with nature more and be more in the present moment, and helps you to relax and let go of stress.
Thank you for that guidance. I will be more aware of Amy's connection and try to listen to Cosmo more when he's bugging us to take him out on his walks.
Yes.
I will definitely share that little heart crystal with them. It's too funny. But you know, speaking of energetic, there was like, I had a really weird dizzy spell the other day where I was like getting ready to pass out, and you know, I thought it was, you know, I was very sick, you know, like I've had what they call a vasovagal response, and it's like that person that sees blood and passes out, that kind of a thing. And I think it was energetically happening with my intestines. However, it came on out of the blue, so it's not like my stomach had been bothering me all day. So I am wondering, was that a response because I had woken up from like being dreaming? So was I actually, because I was like, I'm hearing ships, was I actually taken out to a ship and then brought back? And maybe that sudden being brought back had me discombobulated in that offness that was happening.
I do get that you were on ship. Or connected to a ship more etherically, or other dimensionally, not physically, but you were tapping into another dimension, another dimensional aspect of yourself that was connecting in astrally to a ship, an Arcturian ship, connecting in more about the upcoming earth changes, more about preparing your physical vessel for the high vibrational frequencies that will be coming in to help clarify or purge the consumption of food or beverage that may cause imbalances or lowered vibrations.
Okay.
So it is more just being more aware of how your body feels when you consume certain foods or beverages, and if you feel more sluggish or feel if it brings your vibration down, and just having a greater self-awareness around this, and look to purify your physical vessel so that it feels lighter. If you are sensing this type of effect, learning if there's other alternatives to help keep your vibration high, if there's anything that should be eliminated from your diets that would assist you in this, in holding a greater light quotient that would help ease your physical vessel once greater amounts of light come into the planet this year.
Okay, thank you so much. Any messages for Susan? And then let's go ahead and bring her back if she doesn't have, if you don't have anything directly for her.
Okay. I would encourage her as well to purify her physical vessel, or you can call on the fairies to give you guidance as to what food or diet or beverages might be most beneficial to you. This goes for her as well, to help clarify her being, and that we wish for her to be in her greatest joy, to come play with us more, to set her work life aside, to connect with us, and to play with her cats, to enjoy being in her childlike self, to be curious, to be creative, that the paintings that she is working on assist with this, since she is able to be present in the moment and allowing these creative energies to flow, and it gets her out of her thinking self, that it's more about feeling her way through this creative experience and just being who she is. And it is an authentic experience, being the creators that you are. Whatever you are inspired by, whatever you sparks your interest, follow that impulse, as long as it is joyful to you. And do not think about whether what you are creating looks this way or that, or putting a judgment upon it. Just allow it to be what it is. Allow it to unfold. Allow it to just be an expression of who you are, without needing to have a purpose for it, without needing to achieve anything with it, but just let it be a pure expression of love, of light, of color, of vibration, a blending of energies that comes from your heart, that can be just for yourself. It could be also shared with others, but as long as it is a true expression of self, that is what we encourage for her and all of you to do. I will leave you.
Thank you, Joy. I thank you so much for your messages and for your assistance today. Much love and blessings to you, and of course to Susan for her willingness to channel you this evening, and for your beautiful guidance on a few of my fairies. Blessings.
Yes. I will leave you with a blessing to raise your vibration. Tiesia, tikia tukoia, sia tukoia, sitia, hiesia kutoia, hiesi kutoi, hiesia tukutia, isikia, hiesia tutuia, hiesia tui, hiesia kia, hiesi kutoi, hiesia tukoia, hiesikia, hiesi tutui, Hesia tutuia hitia, hesukoia sia, kietikia isukutui, hesia tukuia isia tukoitia, hosia tukoitia, hesukoitia, hesia tukuiei, hosia kutoia isia tukuia, hesia tukutia, Hesia kia itukoi, hesia itukoi sukutuia, hesia yusia tukoia isikia, hesikui isikia, heasukui isiatia, hesia isikia, Isikia itukoi. Allow yourselves to bloom in the morning dew. Siatia, yaziai, zikutoi, yaziai, sukutoi, yasikiai, sikuia. Let the sunshine light upon your brow. Yasiakitiai, sukutoi, yaziai, absorb the sunshine. Sukutoi, yasikutoi, sikitia. Hiasia tukotiai siati Osia connect with the wind. Sukutoyai Yasukuyai is connect with the wonders around you. Siai Tokotoyai Sikiatiai Isikutoyai Siai Yasiai Sukutuyai Tokotai Asitiai Tokotoyai Yasiai. There's so much Gaia wishes to share with you. Siai and the fairies wish to share our plant life, our flowers, our beauty that we help create. Siatiai tukutui, hiasiai tukutui, sukutui, to lift your spirits, to inspire you. Siai, hiasiai, to let your dreams soar. Sikiai, hasakia tatia, siktutututia, tiai, sikatiai, takia. Hiasukoi, tiai, sikutotiai, hiasia, tukutiai, sikiai, hiasiai, tukutotoai, sitiai, hiasiai, tukutui, hiasiai, tukutoai, tiai, sia, hosiai, tukui. So here, Sukutoya, here's our love to you from our hearts to yours. Siatia, Hezia, Tutuya, Tikia, Sitia, Hosiatia, Sukutoya, Pusia, Sitia, Sikutoya.